In this segment of the recordings, we begin with the business requirements definition, commonly called business rules. We will show how these rules are modeled in the Visible Analyst as part of the project's lifecycle development. This project, labeled DMV, models the various aspects of a registry of motor vehicles department, an organization most users are familiar with. Common RMV business rules deal with the issuing of licenses, the regulation and registration of motor vehicles, etc. These rules are defined in the Visible Analyst as strategic planning statements. These statements communicate to the users the rules that govern the organization. The statements are arranged in a hierarchy according to their type as shown here. The planning statements also provide a framework to ensure that the models developed in subsequent phases meet the information requirements of the business. Notice that each statement has a specific subtype defined, such as mission, vision, system event, policy, business event, etc. New statement types can be added via the Options Planning Statement Types menu item. They can be added as new project defaults, or a new statement can be added to the current project. The Visible Analyst has a number of planning statements predefined with the application. The taskbar allows you to create new statements, promote or demote statements, moving them up or down in the hierarchy, and right mouse clicking will also give you the same options. Double clicking on a statement displays the repository entry for that particular statement. In this case, we're looking at the vision statement with a detailed description and a notes field. The power of the planning statements in the Visible Analyst is the ability to link these statements to objects that validate the statements. In this case, we're linking the vision statement to the Department of Motor Vehicles function. When I double-click on the Department of Motor Vehicles, we jump to the repository entry for that function, and I show that this function is related to these two statements here. To create a new link from one of the statements to this function, simply select the statement, drag it up into the Links To field, and then save the entry here. Once you have the information defined and linked within the Visible Analyst, it's important to be able to disseminate that information to the end users. When you choose the Repository Reports menu item, you display the Repository Reports dialog with Strategic Planning as the selected project scope. The report types are based on the strategic planning hierarchies, including the outline, the hierarchy, various association matrices, all versus the planning statements versus classes, entities, etc. This is one example of the interrelationship of the Visible Analyst repository. Selecting the detailed listing and choosing the preview button will generate the report to the screen so you can confirm that this is the report that you want to generate. If you choose to use the browser for preview, the report will be generated as an HTML file and opened up automatically in your web browser. When I choose the print option, the report is generated to the screen as mentioned, and here I can see the commercial driver's license, where it's used, its parent statements, commercial driver's license, the priority, the location, the links maintained for this particular item. As I scroll down, I can see in the notes field I have two links to an external website as well as a Word document. Thank you. That's the review of the planning statements within the Visible Analyst.